showed up a little bit late, so I didn't hear what the boss had to say. But yeah, I think a little bit more movement, and if I would have landed a few more strikes, I would have gotten the nod. We stuck to our game plan. We were unpredictable. He's a big, heavy puncher, man. The guy hits hard. Guy punches holes in walls, I'm sure, for practice, and I didn't want my head to be one of those, you know. I thought we stuck to our game plan. We kept him guessing. We were in and out. He was swinging for the fences. We weren't there. He landed 3 or 4. Caught me in the cheek one time. I thought we landed enough head kicks. I'm no mathematician, but 4 or 5 probably. I'm no kickboxer. I thought we landed some good jabs. The first punch I landed on him cut his nose. And my face looks a little worse than his does, but yeah, maybe he landed a few more strikes and maybe a little bit more movement. I think I stopped all of his takedowns. I think I felt good about, you know, my performance.
And as you
I think sometimes judges get the misconception about what mixed martial arts really is. I think mixed martial arts is the guy who gets hit the least. Usually is the victor. The guy who's moving the whole time. I can't wait to see the fight metrics or whatever it is and see the strikes that I landed, you know, against the strikes that were thrown. So 5 rounds of fun. I know Gray had a good time out there. In the 3rd round, I saw a little frustration in his face. That was the plan. And our plan was to kind of get in on more singles and doubles, wear him down more, and just not sit in the pocket with him. You know, even when we did, we landed some good uppercuts, some good hooks, a couple of straights. I felt confident in my combinations, but the dude hits like a Mack truck, man. So I didn't want to be there for too much of it. A couple of times he whiffed and almost ran into the fence. So I felt good about it. We'll get him next time. Motivates me even more. My hat's off to Gray. He's an athlete and a wrestler I've always looked up to. He's done things in the sport, in mixed martial arts, and he's done things in wrestling that I wasn't able to do. 3-time All-American.
Damn, man, he's making me feel bad about all the stuff I did in the cage.
I've looked up to you for a long time,
How
Gray.
can you be mad at this kid?
Take it easy, Dad. I got nothing but respect for you and your family and your old man, man. You guys are awesome people. You guys come from a great camp and a great wrestling background. And it was a challenge to myself to say, you know, man, I want to finally go out and beat the best wrestler I faced. I lost to Ben Henderson, who was a NAIA, whatever you want to call it. You know, you were a step up in competition for me. You know, 3-time All-American, man, Division I, and my hat's off to you. You know, I'm super excited about the challenge, about the opportunity that lied ahead, and yeah. What were we talking about? What was the question, man? Oh, the fans. Yeah, the Goombas in the crowd. Yeah, one of the Jersey Shore. So I think they have a misconception about what mixed martial arts is. Yeah, it motivates me even more than anything, man. The boos motivated me, and I was just getting into my groove. 3 rounds as a warm-up, 5 rounds, man. I was still bouncing around and ready to go. And my hat's off to Gray again for him being prepared for 5 rounds. He looked great in there, and we'll get in there and dance again.
Just one more for you. If you'd have known that was going to be the outcome, that people were going to sort of turn on you, would you have stuck to your game plan, or would you have abandoned that? You know.
Oh, stuck to the game plan. Yeah. The game plan that they're used to me doing, going and playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots and get my head kicked off, or get punched in the face, or stick to a smart strategy and don't be there for big punches. I like my game plan that Coach Wink and Greg and Izzy Style came up with.
Fights.
Yeah, it was hard for me not to just stay in the pocket with when Gray was swinging those big punches, and I started throwing a couple, but then he quickly reminded me when he socked me in the face and in the jaw and in the cheek a couple of times that I realized I got to get the heck out of there. But yeah, I mean, being under the watchful eye of those guys, you know, they're just masters of strategy. You know, it's a science to them. It may not be the most exciting, but I tell you what, man, I thought that was a pretty exciting 25-minute fight. Those guys put together very good game plans. Israel Martinez wrestling is second to none, and I felt that my wrestling is improving, and that's what the downfall was in the Benson Henderson fight. You know, I wasn't able to get it to the ground. I wasn't as desperate in this fight for a takedown. You know, I thought my defense was pretty good up against the fence, out in the middle of the cage. But they come up with good game plans, and we try to stick to it. And I guess the rest is up to the judges.